Mark, first team to beat Blackburn this season. Was that the response you were looking for from your team?
You can say response. I think looking for a performance from them. I think it was a big performance. I think we played really well. But I think we played well in a number of games this season. I think going into the Stoke game at the start of the season, we weren't great. We've had a pretty good pre-season. There's been some good work in pre-season. It's still really early days. We had a really poor performance. We had a really poor week, to be fair, after the Spurs game on the Wednesday night, the Swansea game, and then a week into the Leeds game. Just gave us a setback, a mental setback for whatever reason. And then yesterday they came in and I knew they were going to have a really good performance. So, you know, it's exactly what we got. So I'm delighted. I'm delighted with them and for them and the support, because the support were right behind them from minute one. That makes a big difference, and they were fantastic again. And they've shown that they're capable of playing some really good football, to creating a lot of chances. I think we had 18 shots. I think they had more possession than us, which is, you know, whatever. I think first half I thought we were pretty good. I thought we were in control in the first half. And the only thing that I saw in the first half was us probably making some mistakes and errors that would lead to giving them or gifting them an opportunity to stick it in the back of the net. And thankfully that didn't happen. We got away with it a little bit. Other than that, the control was there for us. But the second half, I thought we were more clinical. We got some really good pressure on them. They turned the ball over. We ended up getting 2 more goals with Hadji and Brandon, and it wasn't anything less than we deserved. I thought they were really, really good, and I thought Ben Sheaf, I thought Josh Eccles and Rodoni were really, really good too. But behind that, we looked commanding. Milan was back to his best, and you know he kept Todd Cantwell, who's a top player, has been a top player for a few years. Obviously, he's been up to Rangers, come back into to England, and I think Blackburn have picked up a bit of a gem, to be fair, with Ohashi up front as well. I think they're a threat. They've proved that this season so far. But I was pleased with our performance, and it wasn't really a response from the Leeds game. I think the Leeds game was, you can take as a one-off. I think Leeds are pretty good, to be fair. It's just that we weren't good enough, and on the back of the Swansea game, it's just really, really difficult to sort of understand, but difficult to accept. You can't accept it. You've got to move on from it and do better. And honestly, yesterday they came in, and I knew they were going to have a good performance tonight.
Yeah, when you saw them yesterday, did you feel then there was no hangover from the weekend?
100%. It felt like the game hadn't taken place. It's a bit weird, to be honest, but it was. I'm glad. I'm glad they've just let it go. We had a conversation in the dressing room after the game. We spoke. Players spoke really well, and I was pleased with that. No ranting and raving. Just try and find solutions to things, and when you're trying to find solutions during games, sometimes it happens really, really quickly, and you don't get there. You make some mistakes, and that might put you on the back foot. But that's for all teams. That can be said for all teams. So you can accept that. You know, sometimes you're going to make mistakes, but don't capitulate. Don't let your head go into a place where it's not going to help us perform in a game. You know, they're better than that. They're really good. They're good players, and I just want to see the belief in them and come through. And the supporters obviously are right with them. So I was really pleased with the game, really pleased with the performance, and the result at the end of it was testament to that.
You played Brandon Thompson-Santé in the striker's role. You obviously got the goal. How do you feel he fared overall?
I thought it was one of the better performances from a centre forward for this club for a while. I thought he did really well. I thought he worked really hard. I think out of possession he was good. I thought he worked hard out of possession. I thought in possession he was good too. He got hold of the ball for us. There's still improvement there, clearly, but he's, it's a really good start for him. We've got good strikers, so they've all got to be ready to go, and they're different. They're slightly different, each of them, but they're all in their own right really, really good strikers. So we're lucky. We've got those at our disposal. We should be able to go and really attack teams. And if they tire, then I can maybe make changes and not weaken the team and make sure that we're still a real threat, which is what happened tonight. We were still a threat when I made some changes. So that is that's a positive on the back of that. And the clean sheet was just a brilliant boost for everybody.
I was going to ask you that. How important was that clean sheet?
Huge. It's huge. After Saturday's 3-0, we've turned that round, so the deficit's back to, I think, -1. We want to get in positive numbers as soon as we possibly can. But we've had some, like I said, we've had some good performances. Hopefully that gives us the kick that we need and the sort of the confidence to go into Saturday's game and make that back-to-back wins against a really tough game, you know, against Sheffield Wednesday, because they set up to difficult to play against. You know, they'll pressure, they'll press, and they'll work, and they'll harry, and they'll do all of the things that the teams are set up to do this season now. So it's going to be really interesting game. But they play tomorrow night, I think. So we've got a day on them. But I'm expecting a really tough game nonetheless.
It's another home game, and having won the first, does that make it an opportunity now?
Of course it is, yeah. Every game's an opportunity. We just turned down the opportunity to play against Swansea and win that game. You know, we just didn't perform as well as we expect, certainly in the first half. Even though it was only 2-1, we'd hit the crossbar, we were in the game, but we weren't really, because we didn't play well enough. Tonight's been different because it's back to something like, so it's a step forward, a major step forward. It's a 3-0 win against the side, as you mentioned. They were third in the league before tonight, unbeaten, and we've beaten a pretty good side tonight.
Sakamoto, what's the situation there?
He's got a gash in his thigh. It was a deep gash, so he's received some stitches and that's closed up. But he'll probably be a doubt for the weekend.
But hopefully not too long then.
No, I think hopefully he's okay. Hopefully they've done a good job. It's sutured up, and then it'll just depend on the time it takes for that to heal.
I don't think we probably played as much football as we probably have in a few games where we haven't got results, to be fair. But for us, you know, obviously confidence a bit low with the results at the minute, and nothing breeds confidence like winning. So it's important for us to you know, back-to-back home games, and obviously start it off well, and hopefully we can take that into Saturday now.
The manager said, we saw you training yesterday, he felt that you were going to win this game. Was it a case of sort of shutting out the noise and getting on with it?
No, we spoke after the game on Saturday, and we just said, look, what we're doing at the moment individually and collectively isn't getting us results, so everything needs to go up a level. I think without the ball tonight was probably the best we've been. I say, still, I think we played better with the ball in different games, but certainly without the ball, I think that's got to be a platform for us now to kick on.
You started it with a set-piece goal. Was that a rehearsed move?
No, to be fair, John Dempster looks after the set pieces, and he said to me, if you can get across that front post, it might be an area we can look at. So, I know John works really hard on the set pieces, so pleased for him that it's come off as well. I think overall in the season, I think we've looked quite threatening off set pieces, so it's a nice one to go in.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Radoni's been taking them. Is it sort of a case of working with him and getting to know him, because obviously he's a new player?
Yeah, I think 9 times out of 10 Jack's delivery's been really good. Obviously Simo scored one at Watford a few games ago as well. But yeah, it's more of a timing thing really, and how long he takes on his run up and things like that. So yeah, we scored a couple, and hopefully a few more for the end of the season would be nice.
And from a defensive point of view, you got that clean sheet in the Championship.
Yeah, I'd say it's something for us to build on. I'm not sure how long it's been since we had one, but yeah, like I say, really pleasing without the ball tonight, and that's got to be our platform to kick on now. Yeah,
what do you think this win will do for you?
I say there's nothing that breeds confidence and team spirit like winning games. So we'll look back at it. There's still obviously things we can do better and improve on, but say from an intensity point of view, from off the ball point of view, I think that's we've set our standards now and we can't drop below that.
And clearly the crowd enjoyed it, which is good.
Yeah, I think when they can see that you've got 11 lads on the pitch and obviously a squad that's giving 100%, I think they'll always back you. I think they've shown that in my time here. And they'll really get behind you. So tough couple of weeks for everyone results-wise. So pleased for them. Make the trip out in the weather tonight as well. So yeah, pleased for everyone really.
Another home game coming up at the weekend. So you're sort of winning the first one, but you're in a good position for the second, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. We spoke about these 2 home games. You say build up a bit of momentum, but then it's the break, so that sort of gets broken a little bit. But like I say, I think we've set our stall out tonight, and we've shown performances like that, get the crowd involved, and I think it'll be a tough place to go if we can replicate them sorts of performances.
And looking at your career record, you usually get one a season. You give yourself a bit of time to improve on that this season.
Yeah, I think three or four is my best, so got a bit of time to hopefully better that with a bit of luck.
And it's obviously competition for places. I mean, you were left out the last game, and you and Jay De Silva's are banging for that left back position. Is it just a case of trying to do what you can when you're on the pitch?
Yeah, no, I think we've got options in every part of the pitch now. So I think some of the gaffers spoke about before. It's probably depth-wise the best squad he's had. So our position, for me and Jay, it's no different to anyone else's. We've got two people capable of playing there. If one of us has the shirt and we're not out, then you're going to be out of the team. So the competition's healthy, and if we're going to achieve anything this year, it's going to be as a squad. So when Jay comes in, I need him to play well. He needs me to play well, and say that the competition's healthy to keep pushing the level of the squad.